All right, what is up, guys? NA4 here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today we're going to be talking about none other than Terrifier 3. You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. I know what you're here for, so I won't beat around the bush. But if you're new here, welcome. You look great today. It's a pleasure to have you. And, do me a favor and do yourself a favor. Go ahead and drop a like on this video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. And most importantly, it's free. It won't cost you a dime. So, just you just if you can text all day, you can just click subscribe. It won't take you no more than 1 second out of your life. Just do it for me, please and thank you. But I'll be letting you guys know my personal opinion on the movie, the pros, the cons, the yes, the no's, all that jazz. But without further ado, let's hop straight into it. So I believe I said it when I reviewed Terrifier 2 some time ago. Um, but these movies, they're not for everyone, okay? They are not for everyone. If you're very squeamish, you don't do well with blood, you don't do well with typical horror movies, then you will not like this movie. Uh, they just get more and more insane with each installment. Whereas I said the second movie was the most just disgusting and gory movie I've ever seen in my life, this movie definitely surpasses that one, which is quite the achievement in itself. Because even though the second one, I was like, dude, like this is gross. This is absolutely insane. This movie says, you thought that was bad. Watch this. And, um, it does what it's supposed to do. It knows its target audience. It knows what people are coming out to see. Art the Clown is becoming just more popular day by day. And there's some people who would hate and be like, "Oh, Art the Clown is just simply an industry plan," and stuff like that. But in my opinion, it's fine. If you watch anime, when One Punch Man first came out, everyone was very upset. Like, "Oh, you're comparing Saitama to Goku and Superman? Like, bro, this new guy isn't on their level yet." And it's kind of the same thing here. People are comparing Arthur Clown to other horror icons, and people are like, "Whoa, don't compare him to Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger. Like those are icons. He's not there yet. He's new blood. Give it some time." So everyone's gonna have their criticisms and things like that, but Arthur Clown is just entertaining. Just the body language, the kills, just everything. This is a horror villain that you can actually like laugh at. Um, it's impressive, man. I love the practical effects that they're able to do in these movies, and the fact that they're cranking these out every couple years now. I mean, hey, if it makes money, it makes sense. In this movie, it honestly has a lot going for it. It's a much bigger budget than the previous two, so each movie gets a bigger budget. The first movie barely had a budget at all, was very successful. They said, okay, the second movie, we're going to give you some money this time. We're going to see what you can do. It made that money back and then some. And then you get this movie. We're going to give you even more money, and hopefully we get the same outcome. And it did. So, it has its fan base. It's growing every single year. Um, and it just has a lot going for it, man. You got a great main antagonist. You get previous cast members from the previous movie, and you get some new fresh faces, new blood. So it has a lot going for it. It's just overall an entertaining movie, and I think it just came out at a really good time because, the fact that this movie can say that it like outperformed Joker in its opening week is actually kind of crazy. Or was it just opening weekend? I'm not too sure, but the fact that like this like kind of smaller budget indie movie can say that my movie outperformed Joker, a DC movie, that's actually really impressive. And like I said, if it makes money, it makes sense. If they're getting the understanding, the reviews are good, breaking records, we're gonna make another one. So, like I said, it makes sense with the fact that Art the Clown is a bit more modern. Like yeah, he hasn't been around as long as Ghostface and Chucky characters like that. He's fresh. There's so much potential with new characters and things like that. New iconic final girls and things like that. So it's just really good that they're able to implement, fresh, authentic, and just lots of practical effects into these films. I really like it. And I do like that this movie kind of implies like through like the previous movie, some of these characters they're having like PTSD, panic attacks, all these nightmares and stuff. I like that they carry on with that. And I was a bit skeptical about the Christmas theme, not gonna lie. But I'm glad to say, like, although it is technically a Christmas movie, it doesn't feel like it's Christmassy all the time. You know, like it feels like it's like Terrifier, but with a few Christmas elements on it, a little Christmassy on top. It's kind of like the same with like Iron Man 3. Like technically Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie, but it doesn't like force it onto you. It just lets you know like subtly like, oh, it's Christmas. It's around Christmas time. So I do like that. And the kills are at an all-time high, man. Like watching this movie, you're just like, wow. Like I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And the fact that this movie has to like publicly say like, hey, if you start to feel nauseous or anything like that, just leave the theater, bro. Like it lets you know like this movie is graphic. So if you're squeamish, you can't handle this, go watch something else. And like I said, this movie it just doesn't hold back. Think of like Mortal Kombat fatalities plus three, well times three actually, because like the things that they're able to achieve in this movie through like the practical effects and the makeup, it's so impressive. Like it's really disgusting. And it really makes you think like, man, the people who made this movie are just sick. Should be locked up in a psych ward, maximum level security. But then you're like, but I'm watching it, so what does that say about me? Like it's a good time, but in like the weirdest way possible. It's like, like I said, it's not for everyone. Some people will be like, how do people watch this? People genuinely watch this stuff and have fun with it. And yeah, to a certain extent, it's entertainment at the end of the day. And like I said, it makes money and it makes sense. So it's getting people in the theaters. It's gathering attention. I believe Art the Clown is even in I think Call of Duty now. Like they have like a Art the Clown skin in Call of Duty, which is crazy to me. Or was Dead by Daylight. One of them, I don't remember. But he's just getting more popular, and it's pretty cool to see, honestly. Like just seeing the growth. It's just seeing how much money that these movies can make with such a small budget. It's just cool. Like I don't think I have any like negative things to say about the movie. The movie does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's entertaining, it's vicious, it doesn't hold anything back. Um, if there was something over an R rating, this movie definitely deserves it. Uh, because I think like my only real gripe with the previous movie was it felt like it started to drag on a little bit too much, and too um I'm not too interested in like the paranormal, like supernatural aspects that the second movie had, but in this movie, it made a bit more sense. It kind of grew on me a little bit. So it still dabbles into that. Like I said, previous characters in the last movie returned in this movie. Some of them, if you watched it, then you know. But like I said, there's new faces, lots of fun new characters, interesting new characters, and like I said, I genuinely can't think of anything truly negative to say about the movie. If you wanted to say, oh, it was too gross, it was too graphic. I mean, that's kind of the point. That's kind of what you bought your ticket for. You knew what you were getting yourself into. So I can't really say that. The movie just does everything pretty much right. But the thing is, it's addicting, if that makes sense. It's kind of like with all these Fast and Furious movies, you're kind of just like, you guys are still making these. Like, like they're fun, but it's like, man, like how many more Fast and Furious movies can you guys do? Like how many more characters, how many more cars, how many more scenarios can you do? But with Arthur Clown and what he's capable of, there's so much potential there. Like how many Halloweens have there been? How many Friday the 13th? How many Nightmare on Elm Streets? So there's so much potential here, and I would like to see it continue to grow and expand. Um, and only get better with age, hopefully. But I would probably end up giving this movie like a 9 out of 10. It was a good time. I'd watch it again. Um, just does everything right, man. But if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, share, and subscribe if you are new. I would appreciate it. It's free. But yeah, man, I'm NA4 and I am out. Peace.